So today we'll be playing some PDK Dragon, pretty powerful deck in the current meta. If anything, it's a wonder why I haven't made a video on this deck already. So yeah, it's finally time for me to play this deck, now that I finally have some decent games for it playing it in the Grand Prix. So let's look at the deck list that I'm playing first. So this is the deck list I'll be playing for today. I just took the tournament winning list and just adjusted it to fit my own personal needs, I guess. In true PDK fashion, we have Waters of the Orca to summon a bunch of Mega Lorcas after Prime Dragon Keeper, which is what PDK stands for. The deck is named after PDK, but really it's more like Poseidon, Azi Dahaka, Galmieux, and then PDK sometimes does some things. So maybe it's more accurate to call this Ramp Dragon, but who knows. Anyway, this deck, pretty simple stuff. There's a bunch of Disdain package cards, and then you have Serpent Drake that can clone itself. You high roll your opponent to death with this card early on to win games. In late game, you have Galmieux, who is very strong if your opponent doesn't play around her. Azi Dahaka is a finisher, and then you have the standard Poseidon into Masamune combo as well, which is very strong. Yeah, this is the deck list we're playing for today. Now let's look at some games. First game for today will be against Blood, and we are going second here. Not ideal against Blood, we generally like going first. Well, we just like going first in general regardless of what the opponent is playing, I guess. And for the mulligan, I just look for ramp usually. Ayla is like ramp, but also she was only playable on your evil turn. In the more modern version of Shadowverse, you can draw a ton of cards, so that doesn't matter. But in this case, your card draw is quite little, so opening very valuable cards is useful. So with that being said, I only keep Ayla going second generally. And Pure Hearted Singer for card draws is also very valuable, so I do tend to keep her regardless. So of course, as Dragon is doing Dragon things, we do just ramp here, and we just pass. Unlike regular modern Dragon, you don't have things like Drazael to swing the game after you ramp, so you have to be careful about not taking too much tempo loss when you're ramping. So we just go ahead and play Ayla to ramp some more. I think once we get PDK active, we should be able to clear that board. We'll go ahead and drop the Pure Hearted Singer here just to draw more cards as well. Fortunately for us, our opponent hasn't quite invoked Flowers yet, so this should be fine for us. We'll go ahead and clear our followers, and we are taking a ton of damage here, which is very concerning. But yeah, we just go ahead and drop the PDK here just to start clearing my opponent's board. We drop the Phylene as well. And then we just retain our evil point here by playing the Disciple of Disdain. Alright, I do believe we evolve PDK here. My opponent's only at 3 self-pings, so even Evil Eye Demon can't clear the PDK, so I decided to just evolve it, with the assumption that my opponent can't clear it this turn. And it looks like they can't clear it, so just go ahead and drop the Vera here. And the Evil Eye Demon as well, just to get some... Oh, they do hit me in the face here for a lot of damage, which is very concerning. But it doesn't quite look like they have the bat yet. We pick up the Ayla off the top here, so we'll just go ahead and play her and evolve her as well. Play the Serpent Drake. And then use this Devil Rending to chip down the Vera here, and then we can use White Forest Whisper to clear it out while maintaining our own board here. We've already seen them play Evil Eye Demon, so hopefully they don't have another one to clear this. I'm sure my opponent does have Vulnerate here. And with Wings of Lust as well, they will heal up a lot, while we take a lot of damage and we go down to 1, which is concerning. But thanks to that damage, we do have Azi Dahaka for the finish here, so that's it for this game. Let's move on to the next one. Our next match here is against Shadow, and once again we are going second. Yeah, just unlucky, I guess. I don't know. Obviously, I prefer going first here. You do pick up the Ayla here though, so we can go ahead and keep that and evolve her on our 4th turn. Shadow's early... Well, sometimes their early tempo is quite strong, sometimes it's quite weak. It's like there's sort of a weird balance going on there, but we just pass it since we have nothing to do. My opponent drops the Happy Pick, so they're playing a weirder list, I guess, with Happy Pick in it. Probably for the healing. We go ahead and just play Ayla here to contest board. We do lose out on the ramp, but I mean we have a second Ayla, so maybe it's not that big of a deal. Actually my opponent does trade here for some reason, so we get that going for us. Pick out a second Serpent Drake, so we'll just go ahead and drop that. It sort of has a big target on it that forces my opponent to try to answer it in some way. And so my opponent doesn't answer it in some way, so they just do that. We go ahead and drop the Ayla here. Go use the ramp, because ramping is very good. And then we go ahead and trade here just to get another Serpent Drake out. Just annoy my opponent, I guess. Opponent does take this opportunity to drop their Andre Alphas here to give their followers in hand last words to draw a card, so they will be drawing a lot of cards. Unlike us, because we are Dragon and I guess we just don't draw cards. And I do unfortunately have the Mischievous Spirit as well to finish off my second Serpent Drake, so very, well not very, mildly unlucky I guess. Go ahead and drop the Pure Hearted Singer here to draw more cards, and then we can use this Serpent Drake to clear the Fairy while summoning another Serpent Drake. I see very nicely my followers' health is all above 1, so this Mischievous Spirit doesn't have a good trade target. My opponent will go ahead and use their Orthros to clear my Serpent Drake though, and they choose to save their evil point here, which is fine. We can more or less tell at this point that they're going for Arcus next turn. So we play with that in mind. Go ahead and evolve Poseidon's Guard here. A bit risky of course since Poseidon is very valuable, but this way we can protect our board, and if they're playing Arcus here, we have a lot of followers left on board that they have to deal with. And they do play the Arcus here, which is what we expected, and that's fine. Go ahead and trade the Arcus here. We go ahead and hit them in the face, and then we go ahead and use Galmieux because those followers will get destroyed like Galmieux's Enhance. And then we can use Disdainful Ranting to finish the Arcus while dealing some damage. It also puts Galmieux fairly healthy levels, which is great against Shadow because now most of their followers are going to turn into ghosts. So without something like Orthrus or Friend, they will not be able to actually clear this Galmieux without taking the 3 damage from her effect. So that's what we're hoping for here. My opponent will summon their ghost and trade and draw, but they do have friends, so they will be able to clear my Galmieux, which is slightly unfortunate. But because they didn't do anything else here, we can just finish things with Azi Dahaka next turn. So you can see Azi Dahaka putting in a lot of work for this deck as a finisher. So that's probably gonna be it for this game as well, so let's move on to the next game. Our last game here is against Haven, and we are going first. A bit unconventional game against Haven here, but I don't know, I just didn't run into that much variety I guess. Maybe we do keep Oracle because we open Oracle. Oracle is very strong. And we are going first this time, which is great for us. You know, Ayla here not super useful in this when going first, but we might be able to find an opportunity to evolve her somewhere. 2 Oracle, standard play, very nice for us. And then I want to push the Holy Lion Crystal, so they are playing the Lion Haven, which I guess now we know. We're going to drop the Ayla here just to contest board while we ramp. Waters of the Orca is more valuable for going white later on. So we go ahead and hold it for that. So we don't really have a good play, so we just go ahead and drop the Waters of the Orca. We go white here with 3/2/2 bodies, which is surprisingly annoying. My opponent will have the Temple of the Holy Lion, so they will be able to clear 2 of these, as well as get the Temple of the Holy Lion in play, which is very strong. And they will evolve their Lion here and trade into our Orca. We pick up the Serpent Drake here, so we just go ahead and use the Dragon Keeper to clear the Lion while maintaining our board. And this play here, I forgot that Haven has hard removal, so I probably should have just evolved the Orca face if I was going to evolve at all. But unfortunately we do end up playing Father Punishment here by evolving the PDK. My opponent wouldn't be able to clear it, so bit of a misplay there on my part. We do evolve Father Punishment here, which will go ahead and clear our PDK. And they have Blackened Scripture to clear our Serpent Drake as well, so pretty bad turn for us. We pick up the Orca here. None of these are... Based on my hand, I think Orca is probably just the best play here, so we just go ahead and play the Orca and just punch them in the face. opponent will go for the Holy Lion Crystal here and they trade. And it turns out they have another Father Punishment which they will use to clear 2 of my Orca, so it's Father Punishment doing some pretty annoying things right now. And they top it up with 1 more Lion Crystal as well, which is pretty annoying. So we got Dragon Oracle, so we go ahead and play it to draw. So we can use the Singer to draw into our deck more. We're gonna evolve and trade this just to draw more cards because our hand's quite bad right now. Pick up the Serpent Drake though, which is very nice because we can use it to hopefully get some tempo. So the Baneful running to clear their Lion, so we can get another Drake of our own. They don't have any more evil points, which is hopefully gonna do something good for us here. They drew the Moria and Conium here and their Pure-Hearted Singer. And they will drop the Sacred Teachings as well. This time actually, I think I should just went face here instead of trading, but probably a misplay on my part here. If I was gonna summon Orcas anyway, there's no point in damaging this Serpent Drake, so hitting face will force them to trade the Love Storm Singer anyway because of their lack of board space. I could have gotten 3 more damage out of that, which ends up mattering in these kinds of, I guess, later formats. So we use Galmieux here just to clear this Lion while drawing into our deck with Disciple of Disdain. Pick up the Poseidon here. My opponent is out evil points, so hopefully we can protect this Galmieux by summoning a ward. And we punch them in the face. Unfortunately, our opponent's Moria and Conium will hit the Galmieux, will hit the ward, so we lose that. Not that it matters much though because they're starting to summon the Storm, the Holy Lions of Storm, and they will trade in Galmieux with one of those. Summon a bunch more. And with the last play of play points, they summon a Pure-Hearted Singer. Okay, play a Pure-Hearted Singer to draw. I misplayed this turn. I definitely should have hit face instead of trading. The goal was to board lock them because we can guarantee they only have 9 damage if we board lock them. So if I hit face here, I put them down to 4 as well as board lock them because they can't trade into my followers to clear their own. It can hopefully give me an opportunity to draw a lethal next turn, but unfortunately I do end up unlocking their board here for them. And they will drop the Peace Weaver to set up a ward as well as generate more Holy Lion Crystals. A Galmieux off the top here, which is nice. You can go and use the Poseidon Masamune combo here just to clear their followers. We leave the Pure-Hearted Singer alive because it has 2 health, it can't trade down into our Poseidon's guard. So my opponent will have to get through these wards before they can be able to get rid of their Pure Song Singer. They do have Seraphic Blade though, which will let them clear one, so they I guess can do this. They will clear my Poseidon as well, but we have Galmieux in hand, so we are fine there. They play the Legendary Fighter as well. And Galmieux, if my opponent's Legendary Fighter picked up Bane, we could just use Masamune and trade into here, so it's always lethal here. So that's it for this game. So that's all the games I have for you today. Fairly strong deck in this meta. It is however a bit too high rolly for my tastes. There's very little card draw in this deck, so it's quite reliant on high rolls to win some games. It does have very powerful cards though, so definitely one of the stronger decks out there. Anyway, that's it for today's video. See you next time. Bye bye.